this episode. You really, really just
chose me. Oh, he's really chosen you.
Oh, hello.
God.
God. No, please.
She has condensation on her cup.
You can still lay here though if you'd like. I'm fully forcing him to. Checking, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Whoa, all I can just see is my hoodie.
Yeah, pink and pink goes with everything.
Long time no see.
I know.
It feels so nice and fun and exciting to be filming again.
It does. It feels right to be back.
Yeah, we said this in Soph's last episode, but we really took a hiatus there by accident.
Yeah. We did, but that was the whole point.
Yeah, and it's good to be back.
It is.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Everyone take a sip. Oh, that is a lot of water.
Yeah, mine's so watery.
Yeah.
Let's do a life update.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, I love this question.
I think no, because we had like the perfect morning this morning and we were just like chatting about how good we feel about life at the moment. And it's so fun.
It's so fun to feel good about life, and I feel like so often you feel just like a bit heavy, and like life feels heavy, and like you're waking up every single day and you're like trying to kind of like go through the motions, and you know, you have like happy times of course, but like I feel like so often I would get used to kind of like always feeling a little bit off.
Yeah, or like there's always like one thing that's like not going right.
Yes, like even if everything else is good, you're always kind of like, oh, but like this is what's like worrying me, affecting me, blah, 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 blah at the moment. And I feel like right now there doesn't feel like anything, and that feels like foreign.
Yeah. Do you, when you're feeling like this, because I didn't know this really about myself until like this week, I feel. When you feel so happy and content, like everything's going really well, are you like thinking, oh, like what's the next thing that's going to go wrong, or like what's going to like stop this, or are you just like enjoying the good?
I think I'm kind of a mix.
Yeah.
Like when I had the realization yesterday of wow, life's so good at the moment, I was like, oh, like I really hope it doesn't
end.
Yeah. Like I was like, oh, like I really hope something doesn't happen to like make me, I don't know.
No, I do know what you mean.
But also like I do definitely like enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I'm so happy that everything's going so well right now.
I'm so happy, but I'm like, why? Why
Yes.
is everything going so well?
Yes. And I'm like, it's not normal for so many things to be going right at the same time. I feel like normally it's like, oh, like this is really great and this is really great, but then I just cool. Hey, so I see how it is I see how it is. Sometimes I'm just like recently I've been like, this is going well and that's a win and that's a win. Like there's so many wins that I've been having. I'm like, this isn't like you're not supposed to have
for a big loss.
I'm like, what's going wrong?
No, it's literally so scary.
Yeah,
But
it really
I Q&A
is.
on my Instagram yesterday and someone was like, how are you genuinely? I was like, really reflectively like, wow, I'm actually so good right now.
Yeah.
Like the best I've been in a really, really, really long time.
I fully agree.
I love that for
I
both of
love
us,
that.
like happening at the same time.
When do you think yours like started?
I think it's been like a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like, okay, I don't think it's me turning 25, but since I turned 25, I feel like, I don't know, things just happen and I handle them better than I used to, or things happen and I communicate. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And like the things, maybe it's like all of my self-development is like maybe finally paying off.
Yeah, catching up.
But I'm just like catching myself, not struggling with things I normally struggle with.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And even like I'll talk to friends and they'll like ask me how I feel about something and I know the answer. Like I feel like I really know. Oh.
That's the
Now
ice
my
machine.
ice machine. I know myself so well. And I went so much of my life not knowing myself really at all.
And that was one of the reasons you went to therapy, being like, I want to know myself.
Yeah, I need to understand like how I work and why I think the way I think.
And when someone asks you a question, actually, instead of being like, oh, I actually don't know what I think, being like, no, I have an opinion on this.
Yeah.
Like I formed my opinion on that.
And I think it just is like practice makes perfect. Like the more you practice the things you're bad at, the easier they get.
Yeah.
But I just feel like recently I've been having like really good conversations with people and like walking away being like, I know myself really well, and the more I know myself, the more my friends know me, and that makes my friendships stronger.
Yeah.
And like,
1000%.
it's a ripple effect, and it feels so good.
It does. And it actually makes life feel like easier and lighter when you just know yourself. And like when you can communicate to a friend being like, oh, like I feel like this, and the friend's like, oh, okay, like I'm glad that you've said that because now I know how you work, and now I can like not compensate for that, but like accommodate for that for you.
Yeah. Work on it.
Yeah.
Together.
I fully agree with that. I kind of feel like mine's been since South Korea.
Okay.
So like kind of fresh.
Yeah.
It's been a week.
Do you know why?
I think travel just makes me feel like,
Like the happiest
yes,
ever.
like I am like living the life I'm supposed to live. And so when I'm traveling and then when I get back, I just feel so like alive and like my creativity's been like filled up to the top and like my happiness, my cup has been filled up to the top. So I just feel like so good about
Yeah.
life. Traveling always makes me feel like that, though, which like makes sense.
It makes
but
sense, yeah. And like Korea was just crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Like so surreal.
Because I even feel like before we went, we were like, oh, isn't it crazy we're going to be in South Korea next week? And then we were there and then we were back. And like, isn't it crazy we were in South Korea last week?
Like, why does life move so quickly?
Yeah.
But so slowly at the same time?
Yeah.
Like, that's a huge work thing. We're also both working on huge work things in the background that won't come to fruition. Fruition?
Yeah. Might come to fruition. Whoa.
I feel like I'm not saying that right. Fruition.
Whoa.
Fruition.
I don't think I've ever tried to say that in my life. You were saying it right. I actually can't say it. I'm going to stop trying.
They won't come to life for like a while.
Wait, I don't want to be annoying when I'm like, oh, we're both working on things. But
I know.
both amazing things are happening for the both of us. And they're like the things that we almost never believed would be possible, but always dreamt about happening.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, that's happening. And then, so like
Major.
Korea feels good.
Yeah.
And then like you were just saying, like, you know yourself, so your friendships are feeling good. And I feel like when your friendships are feeling good, like life feels good. And like, I don't know. And it's getting hotter and like summer's coming back.
Maybe it's something in the air.
I think it is. Do you know what I might have been saying this in a vlog the other day, but I think this time of year reminds me of getting close to summer holidays.
Yeah.
And I used to like, summer holidays were like what I would look forward to all year.
Yeah.
Like in school, I would be like, summer holidays is like, that is like me thriving. That is my peak. I think that's
So
why the summer I
true.
turned pretty, I love it so much because that is like, it gives me the feeling of being in school, being like looking forward to summer holidays. And I feel like this weather makes me think, oh my gosh, like last term, like one term back and then
Like holidays are so close.
Yep.
Yeah, so true.
And because we have like 6 weeks over summer holidays, it's Christmas, going to the beach all the time, hanging out with your friends, like those are just like probably the fondest memories of my childhood.
Yeah.
And so this weather, even though like I don't go on a 6 or 7 week holiday over summer anymore, it still gives me that feeling.
Same energy.
Yeah, that like nostalgic, like, oh my gosh, like life is good around this time.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like, why did winter feel so long?
So long. And
I feel like
went
I-
away for 6
Yeah,
weeks of it,
so
so I don't know why I
true.
felt like it went long.
I feel like I don't even remember swimming in the ocean when it wasn't freezing.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
remember what it feels like. And I'm
Diving
sad
in.
about it.
I feel like this last week I've been getting out of bed and not being cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, I forgot like
What that
this
felt
feeling.
like.
And I love
Yeah.
it. And like opening up the blinds, not being like, oh, it's chilly.
Yeah.
Opening up being like, whew, like I'd love an iced drink right now.
Yeah. Summer is coming.
Summer
and like
is
Christmas
coming.
pajamas are out. Oh, like,
Life
let's
is good.
go.
Did you see my story when I went into Woolies and like Advent
My God,
calendars were out?
yeah.
I was like,
Like, why do I want an advent calendar for like November?
literally.
October? November, December.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of fab.
Yeah. And we are going away for basically the month of December.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be in Australia. So like, my thing is because like which I'm not sure how happy Sam is about, but he doesn't really get a say. I'm putting the tree up on November 1st this year, which is the earliest I've ever put my tree up. Oh, should we shut the door?
Yeah. Thanks, darling.
Oh yeah, I'm putting my tree up on November 1st so I
Yeah.
can enjoy it for a bit before I go away.
Kind of want to do it a bit earlier than that.
Like October?
Yeah.
I'm so here for that.
And I have Christmas bedding for the first time.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous of
I'm
that.
so excited. I love that we get to experience a bit of summer, leave for like 4 weeks, come back to more summer.
Yeah.
Like
Like we're
not really like
defrost.
missing.
No, exactly. Because like Australian summer just lasts for so long because like it's basically like we're in spring now and it's basically summer.
Yeah.
And then it's summer and then it turns to autumn, which is basically still summer. Or
Australia doesn't have seasons.
specifically Queensland.
Yeah, so true.
Like I feel like the others
So true.
states
The others.
do. The others. Don't know who they are. But all of the others. But we really don't. So it's just kind of like we almost have like 6 months kind of summer, I want to say.
Yeah, so true.
Like I reckon like 3 to 4 months of winter and then the other 2 are kind of springy and autumny.
Yeah. I love a spring.
I love a spring
I love
too.
to do spring.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's the perfect, like, you can wear a crew neck in the morning with, like, some tights. But then when you're in the sun and you're, like, the middle of the day, you're not cold.
No, but you're not like dripping in sweat.
Yes. Like, you can enjoy an iced beverage and be the perfect temperature.
Yeah.
And then at night you get to put your little sweats on again.
Yeah. Oh, obsessed. I love living in Australia.
Me too. And I love living in Queensland specifically.
Yeah, me too.
And like we both have like grown up here, so like I don't know any different. I feel like a lot of people who live here are like, oh, when I lived elsewhere it was like so cold or like blah blah blah, and now I don't experience it. I'm like, yeah, like it's been life.
Yeah, Queensland is the best.
It is. Like I'm actually convinced that it is.
Sorry.
Not to offend anyone.
I also think life has been slaying extra hard recently.
I straight up been slaying, if you will.
I hated that. Life's been extra good recently. Because we've been reading such good books.
Oh my gosh, life is better when you're reading good books.
It's so much better when you're reading good books.
Yes. Okay, so tell me. Okay. I love this question. Tell me your recent reads
Okay.
and what you thought and what you rated and everything.
Okay. I think I'm really coming into my true fantasy era. And like I'm so happy to be here. The only fantasy I've read is that. Cue the ice machine again.
Quick intermission.
The only fantasy I've read is like ACOTAR, the whole series, which I enjoyed, but like I was like, I'll just read fantasy every now and then. And now almost every other book I read, I'm like, ugh, it just is not fantasy. It's not giving the same energy. It's not as dramatic and like life altering, I feel, as fantasy. Then I read Fourth Wing, which is nothing new and crazy. Like everyone is reading it.
As they should.
As they should. If you haven't,
I envy you.
I'm so jealous.
So jealous.
I read it, I sobbed and I loved it. 5 stars easily. I've convinced my brother to read it. So if you're a man, don't knock it till you try it.
Exactly.
That's what I have to say. I also told my friend Gemma to read it because she's never read fantasy. She's read Harry Potter. That's it. She also loved it.
Yep.
And then I read Powerless. I loved it just as much as Fourth Wing.
Wow.
Which I don't know if that's how everyone is feeling, but like, so great. It's the author's first book. She's
crazy.
20 years old.
I don't understand that.
She's written a masterpiece.
Yeah. Like, how does it feel?
Oh, it's so easy to read. The characters are so easy to love. I was giggling and kicking my feet at a straight relationship, which is rare for me. So rare.
Wow.
I loved it so much. Sophie's about to start reading it.
I am. So I started this book club on Instagram because you know how there's that new like channels feature, which I'm not sure how many people are doing, but I just kind of thought, why not?
Go
like
on
it's
then.
a good kind of like fun way to start a little like book club. So I started it, and it's annoying that people can't
Message
reply
back, yeah.
because I would love that. So I hope they change that. But right now people can like react and like vote in polls and stuff. And so I thought it would be kind of fun, like just before the beginning of a new month, I'll post like 3 to 4 books and then post a poll and see which one wins. And then we can all like read it at the same time. And then I can talk about it in like videos and in the chat and stuff. Because I feel like it's like such a fun thing to do. Like I would love to do that with like if someone else was doing it. So like, kind of fun. And I posted Powerless, Flawless, and Once Upon a Broken Heart. And Powerless won by a mile.
Did it really?
Mile. Like it was in the thousands and the rest were still in the hundreds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like everyone was like, Powerless. And it was actually so nice because people were replying being like, or DMing me afterwards being like, I just bought Powerless, I can't wait to start it. And I'm like,
that's such a fun way to like connect with people.
yeah. And like these people
I
like
love
around
it.
the world and we're all like reading the same book in the same
Yeah.
month. Like it's just so much fun. So yeah.
I feel like I'd also love to be a viewer and like my favorite YouTubers.
Yes.
Like we read the book and I get to hear her thoughts in vlogs. Like that's so fun.
Exactly. So you feel like I love watching book videos when I've read the books
Yeah.
or when I'm reading it
And
because
it's
it's
like the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like very excited about that. So yeah, Palace 1, that's going to be the October read. And
I'm so excited. I already know that you're going to be obsessed with the male main character.
Yeah, like he fits my brief.
Yeah.
He fits my
Fits
brief,
the
from
brief.
what I've heard.
And a strong female main character.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Like I'm
kinda
not here for the
done.
frail,
No.
the soft.
No, I mean like I suppose Fourth Wing was a little bit like that, but then she really...
No, I don't think it was.
You don't reckon?
I feel like she like physically weak,
Yeah.
but
Mentally.
she was in it to win it.
Yeah. You are
And I
right.
respect it.
You are right.
Lang and I were actually saying the other day how we like don't understand how there are characters like that in like books and movies and stuff. Because like, if there was a zombie apocalypse tomorrow, I'd be like, just kill me. Like, I'm not trying. I'm not trying to survive. You put me on the bridge thing that they have to walk across to like get into Fourth Wing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm jumping off. Like, I'm not winning. Like, I have no drive.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm Katniss Everdeen, like, I'm not trying. Like, drown me in the river. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I think I feel the same.
Okay. You were laughing. I was like, do you not?
No, like, I think I would... Well, I would never, like, put myself into Fourth Wing. Like, I would be... Like, okay...
You'd run away and be a scribe.
Yes, I would just run away. Like, I would avoid... But then I, like, read her, like, becoming a badass. I can't say the word.
Badass.
In an Australian
Seriously.
accent. Like, it's yeah, and
Badass.
seriously, badass. Like, ew.
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Being a baddie. She knows she's baddie with her baddie friends.
Oh. That was me. I see it and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'd love that for me.
Yeah.
But like even in Divergent, I'm like, I wouldn't go to Dauntless. Like I would I'd stay where it's safe, unfortunately.
Be poor and starve to death. I would.
Because at least I wouldn't have to like fight to the death.
Yeah. So maybe that's why I like strong characters, because I'm like, I could never, but I'm like loving watching you do it.
Exactly. So I've recently started the Throne of Glass series. I've read the first 3 books and I'm about to start the 4th one and I'm so excited. And the female main character is the best main character I've ever read. Like ever. She is the epitome of like a strong female main character. And I'm loving it. Even the parts that like, and this is how I feel like you can tell when it's like a 5-star series or like a really, really good characters and stuff, because even if the story isn't like so much is happening, I'm loving it because I'm loving the characters.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So that's how I
feel. I've been wanting to start Throne of Glass like ever since I finished ACOTAR.
Yeah.
But it's such a big series. 8 books.
8 books, yeah. And they just get thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker.
Such big, long books.
Yeah.
And I also feel like once I start a fantasy series, I don't know if I can just read a little fantasy in between. Like, I feel like once I started ACOTAR, I had to finish it.
Yeah.
And it's all I read for months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I ready to give up my life for however many months it takes me to finish the series?
Yeah, yeah.
I have so many books I want to read. I'm like, well, if I choose that, I'm choosing 8. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're choosing your next 8 books by choosing this one, yeah.
It feels like a huge commitment.
Yeah.
Maybe I have commitment issues.
Maybe, but I don't feel like that. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm happy to pick up another book in between at the same time. Like,
yeah, you did that with ACOTAR, hey?
Yeah, I was reading, like, romances alongside it. Because, like, sometimes I'm just like, I feel like a romance. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think I didn't read ACOTAR back to back.
Yeah, see, I did. I don't know.
Well, I'm as I said, in the middle of Throne of Glass. I'm not quite. And I'm now reading Tomorrow, because that's our book club with our little friend group for this month. So I'm even like, I suppose it's not fantasy, so it doesn't feel like... What were you going to say?
I suppose I'll have to read books in between.
Yeah.
Because of book club.
Yeah, there you go.
I have no choice. Cool.
But I'm excited to read Powerless.
No, I can't wait to hear every thought that you have.
I think it'll be good because I'm reading Tomorrow, and then the next book will be Powerless, so it's kind of given me a break between fantasy and fantasy.
So true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a general fiction in between.
Yes. Yeah.
Another book I've read recently that's not fantasy that I loved was I can never say it properly. Red, white, royal blue. Red, white, and royal blue. Mm-hmm. Romance. Gay men. Obsessed with it.
Obsessed with it.
Giggling, kicking my feet.
Yes. Like
more men. I loved it.
No, and I like never really was like, oh my gosh, I really, really want to read that book. That book. And then I saw you reading it and like sitting and you're like kicking your feet and like giggling. I was like, I must read this book, and I felt the exact same.
I loved it so much.
And like a long book, but I flew through it. Like I just wanted to read it so quickly.
And we read it just before the movie came out, or like just as the movie came out. So we got to finish it, and then like literally the next day or the night that you finished it, we got to watch the movie.
Yeah. Which was so much fun. I love that.
And I kind of also loved, I don't know if this is like controversial, but I loved because I'd seen the trailer of the movie, I knew who I had in my head for each character.
Yeah.
It was like I knew what they looked like. So like I wasn't disappointed by the movie.
Yeah. I think I had Alex and Henry, but I didn't know anyone else.
Yeah. I had like the bodyguards and stuff.
Yeah, see, they were so different. The mum was so different to what I pictured.
Yeah.
Still kind of sad we didn't get his sister, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's not fine.
No, it's not fine at all.
I also think I've just realised that like bantery flirting is like
Top tier.
top tier.
Like you can't beat it, actually.
Oh, and like I'm so jealous of everyone in these books like having such quick wit.
Yes.
How are you thinking of these so quickly? Like give me
Because they're
3
fictional
business
characters.
days.
Yes.
Yeah, because they don't exist.
Yeah.
They're written by women.
Who think about it for a long time.
So true.
You know what I mean?
But
I
I'm
agree.
jealous.
Like I wish that could be me.
Yeah, I'm so slow at thinking.
Yeah. Me too. Like someone would say something and I'll be like, and then like literally I'll be driving home and be like, oh, I should have said this.
Yeah. Or like someone will say something that will upset me, and I'm trying to get better at voicing when things upset me like right away instead of like dwelling on them, making them a huge deal.
Yeah.
Someone will say something that will upset me, and then I won't even realize that it's upset me until like 3 hours after the conversation. I'm like, well, now it's a big deal if I bring it up, and it's so annoying.
Instead of it just in the moment, you'd be like, no, I don't agree with that. Or like, no,
Yeah.
like I didn't, that was rude or something like that.
How do you get better at thinking quickly?
Surely like
Tell
practice
me.
makes perfect.
Surely.
Like just with like getting to know yourself, like you thought it was almost impossible like a year ago and now you do it so easily.
So true, so true.
You know?
Thanks. I can't like see Sleeping Winston's Eye and not take
No,
it out.
I'm exactly the same. And sometimes I watch vlog footage of me and like I'm just talking blah 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 and I like reach and like take sleep out of my dog's eyes and I was like, that's disgusting. Like I do it without even realizing that I'm doing it. Like I just can't see it and not
No,
fix
literally,
it.
he looks at me. I'm like, let me at it. Subject change. I've been thinking. Well, actually, maybe this is one of my Roman empires. I think about the fact that I'm single like all the time, but like that's just my life. So
You're just thinking about your life.
Yeah, I think about myself 24/7. I always go back and forth being like, I love being single and then I hate being single. And I feel like I'm at a very happy like middle ground right now. And I keep seeing all these TikToks of people rebutting the statement. It's like, if you're single, you just need to like work on yourself and like become the best version of yourself that you can be. And that's how you're going to get into a relationship. I've realized that like that is like telling people that like you have to be literally the best version of yourself to get into a relationship.
Like it's almost unrealistic.
It's like, oh, well, you're not lovable if you're not the best version of yourself.
Yeah, okay.
I just feel like I have been fed that statement my whole life. Just keep working on yourself. Like, that's how you're going to find someone. No. Like, I'm lovable at every stage.
Yes. I don't have to be
Actually.
this perfect human being
Yeah.
to have someone who loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you can meet someone even in like a low point in your life and work through it together and like on your own and have someone there to support you. Like it doesn't mean that you're not ready for a relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
That's what I've been thinking about heaps recently.
No, like it makes sense. Would you say you feel almost like neutral about it now? About being single?
Like yes and no.
You have days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have days.
Depending on the time of the month.
Yeah. Wow.
Hormones. Yeah.
And like, I feel like dating and like talking stages and stuff are like so fun for like 90% of the time. And then there's a 10% being like, I am single and is anything ever gonna happen?
And
Do you
I
know
just
what I
want
mean?
to actually be in a relationship.
Yeah. But like, I'm feeling pretty good about it at the moment.
Today.
Yeah. This
Yesterday.
hour, I'm feeling pretty okay with it. It's almost reassuring to know that, like, I know myself really well. I've worked on myself so much. And, like, it's almost like you can work so hard and so hard and so hard. And, like, that doesn't just mean you're going to get into a relationship and, like, get what you want. But, like, I have seen the benefits of that aren't in being in a relationship.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I'm reaping the rewards
Yeah.
myself. I just don't have a partner yet.
Yeah. And it's just crazy that like even in the last 6 months, the confidence you've grown on yourself with dating.
Yeah.
And even just like, even if nothing is happening of talking to girls and like you know, putting yourself into those like uncomfortable conversations or like sometimes harder conversations, you've learnt that you are now like you've now like gained the confidence of like, no, like I would be a good partner, or like, because I feel like before you're in a relationship, you're almost like, oh, like I don't know how I would be, blah, blah, blah. But like,
I don't know how I'd handle this situation, or like how we navigate that.
Yeah. But now when you've been like doing these little things, now you're like, oh, like I know that I would be phenomenal.
I will be a great girlfriend.
The best girlfriend ever, actually. But you know what I mean?
No, I really do. Like it's hard to know what you're going to be like in a relationship until you're like low-key in one.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I thought about myself and how I handle like my friendships and my family and stuff, up until like this year, I thought that I was just going to like have to try really hard to like not be walked all over, and like it would be really hard for me to like stand up for myself and like voice my opinion and like tell my partner like my needs and stuff like that. And like dating and like chatting to people, it's like giving me more confidence because you're doing like those things. Dating myself.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just like seeing their qualities and I'm like, amazing. I'm then seeing my qualities and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
No, but it's almost like by you know, if you're not happy with something and you're like, hey, like I'm not loving this, it's like you would want that in return. So you're realizing, oh, like I need to voice it to them, and they go, oh, like thank you so much for saying that, and you're like learning your qualities by also like giving it.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I'm not sure if that makes sense.
I'm not trying to like toot my own horn.
No,
like too much. But I'm just like, oh, like the word worthless is coming to my mind, but it's not the word I'm trying to use.
Like, what do I even bring to the table? Like,
yeah, like really thinking like harshly on myself.
Yes. Be like, why would anyone even want to date me?
Yeah, I've been single for this long because
clearly for a reason, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And then I'm like seeing myself in the situations and I'm like, oh, wow.
Or dealing with situations that you really thought you wouldn't be able to deal with. Confrontation, communication, blah, blah, blah. Dealing with them so well.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. Like, even though, like, I might have struggled with them, I know how to kind of, like, get through them or get, like, past the thoughts that you have. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it really does. Being single's a wild ride. Just, like, dating in general is such, like, an interesting concept. If you think about it.
Like, hey, we kind of have good conversation, or hey, I kind of find you attractive. Like, let's talk about everything.
Yeah.
And then maybe nothing will ever come of it.
Maybe we'll just never do anything.
Yes. Never see each other, never maybe stop talking randomly, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe we'll spend the rest of our lives together.
No, literally.
It is. Sam and I always talk about how weird it is that, like, you pick a person and you're like,
you're my person.
Let's do life together.
Yeah.
Like, let's live together. Let's
have dogs together.
Yeah, have dogs. Like, build a home together, like let's travel together, eat together, watch TV together. Like, you're just picking this one person to just like stick with. And it's just like such an interesting.
It's so interesting. I feel like sometimes when I think about it too like deeply and like long term, I'm like, I get stressed out.
Yeah, me too.
But like if it feels right at the time, then that's all that really matters, right?
Exactly. Do you think you have had / will have a quarter life crisis?
I feel like I might have had mine early.
Okay.
I think.
Like before 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think since I've been 25, life's been so good.
Gorgeous.
So who knows? Yeah. But I just feel like my 23 to 25 were fucking rough.
Yeah, well, you're midlife crisis, quarter life crisis.
Yeah. I think that was my time.
See, I kind of like go through crises like at least probably once a year, but like not like big ones. Like I'll just kind of have like, what am I doing with my life? Like, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, will a quarter life crisis, midlife crisis, blah, 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 blah. Will it be like that times like 10?
Bigger, yeah, maybe.
Scary.
Or maybe just because you've had so many little ones, you won't have a big one.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just like spacing it out.
Yeah. I just freak out every now and again, so like it's fine.
Sometimes when we're giving each other advice, I really just sometimes I'm like, wow, we're the blind leading the blind. Like sometimes I go to other friends just to get a second opinion to make sure that we're not just being crazy and delusional.
Yeah, because we are delusional.
We are a bit delusional.
Yeah.
And like so easily influenced. Like you could literally tell me to do anything. I'm like, yeah, I will do it.
And I kind of feel the same.
Yeah, like if I'm like making a decision,
yes,
you could so easily sway me to do one or the other.
Like, is that good?
I feel like it's easy to like convince. Like if I want you to tell me to do a certain thing, I can say it and you'll tell me to.
Yeah. Like, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you know who to ask when you want certain answers. I'm always the yes.
Yeah.
Who's the no's?
Everyone else. No.
Oh, gosh. Like, I could be like, oh, this is bad, right? And you're like, no, it's literally the best. And I'll be like,
Actually,
yeah.
it is the best.
Yeah, like, maybe. Like, I feel like, and I also think because I know you wouldn't lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that I really appreciate about you is you're so honest. Not in a way that's, like, rude, but, like, I know you would never just lie to make me feel good.
Yeah.
And so whenever I ask you something, I'm like, be honest. You're like, no, like this, like I think this, or you should do this, or this is great. I'm like, well, she's being truthful.
Yeah, very true. Therefore, I must do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
For I believe it.
Do you feel like you've had any epiphanies recently?
Actually have. I feel like I have recently had an epiphany of like, if you have a good thought about someone, tell them.
Oh, I love this.
Because have I talked about this before? I don't even know I have, but I feel like I've rethought about it recently and like done it.
Yeah.
And it's made me feel so good because I see how good it makes other people feel.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the simplest thing for me. I don't even know. Like recently to one of my friends, I was like, hey, like I really appreciate you and these certain things that you do for me. I know it seems stupid and little, but like they make me feel really, really valued. And she was like, wow, like thank you so much. And I think this about you, blah, blah, blah. And we both walked away from the situation being like, wow, like that's so like good to hear.
Yeah. It like lifts you up.
It does. And it's so simple. Or even like, you know, if you love someone's outfit, being like, you look so good right now.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much. Like you didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the things that you don't have to say.
But you choose to.
Yes, mean the most.
You know what I love about my drunk self?
What?
All I do is walk around and compliment everyone.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm like, well, I need to channel her in my everyday life.
Yeah. And
Because
even
everyone loves it. Who doesn't want a compliment?
Exactly. And even I've been in public a few times and like looked at a girl and been like, oh my gosh, her outfit is beautiful. And like I should go up and say, I love your outfit.
Yeah.
But I get too scared every single time. But I really want to start getting better at being like, I'm obsessed with your outfit, or like your hair looks amazing, or I love your jewelry, or like something like that.
Yeah.
Because like if someone said that to me, I would like
I think about it for weeks.
I think about it for weeks. Some people will be like, oh, your makeup looks good, or like your hair looks great today, or like oh my gosh, I love your boots, or something like that. I'm like, thank you so much.
The drive-through workers complimenting your nails. I think about that until I get my next set, honestly.
Exactly. Love your nails.
I like in the last few months, it was probably a while ago, but I really think about it quite often. I went up to this girl in the gym because she was wearing a hot pink workout set. And she was like giving like mum energy. Pink workout set. I was like, you are just killing it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go and tell her that she looks great in her workout set. Turned out there was a little bit of a language barrier. Yeah. She had no idea what I was saying.
Oh, see, that's my worst nightmare. That's why I don't.
Sorry, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. We got to the bottom of it. She ended up thinking I was asking where it was from. Which is, I was like,
fair enough.
Oh, thank you. I love it. And then I ran out of the gym.
I remember specifically being in France like this year, and I saw a girl. She was sitting in Starbucks. And she was reading a book, and she had like a pretty little bow in her hair, and like her hair looked gorgeous, her makeup looked gorgeous, gorgeous outfit, little ballet flats. I was like, she's a bit of me.
Yeah.
I think she was drinking a matcha.
Okay.
And I literally said to him, oh, I should go up and say she looks beautiful. And he was like, oh, what if she like is French? And I'm like, look, I don't want to go up and be like, you look beautiful. And she's like, huh? And I'm gonna like, you look good. So I just didn't. But I still think about her.
Yeah.
I do. She looked gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
But even like, and it could be with friendships or relationships or anything, but Sam and I had like a long drive the other day, and we basically spent the whole time going back and forth of telling each other like little things that we loved about each other that weren't, you know, oh, you're really funny.
Yeah,
oh, you're
like bigger things.
Yeah, like things that are like kind of random. Not even random, but like only things that
almost like insignificant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like it was just so nice to be like, wow, you really know me, or it just like makes you feel valued. So I feel like that's something that I've noticed and like I've received and also given, and I notice how good it makes you feel both like giving and taking
and receiving.
it.
Yeah.
So it's like I really want to do more of that.
Yeah, we should like make it like a challenge to like once a week.
So true. Like how many people can you make feel good about themselves?
One of my favorite nights of my life was us being drunk in Byron.
It was great.
One of the main things I remember was me walking through the streets of Byron, It was pouring rain, and every single person I walked past, I was like a man was wearing a blue shirt. I was like, you look great in blue. Like, blue is your colour. For someone else, I'm obsessed with your hair like that. And I couldn't stop. And everyone was like, Georgia, stop talking to strangers. I was like, I can't.
It's just, I have a thought and I say
I just have to say it.
Wow.
I need to channel a bit more
You
of her.
do. Did you think you were drunk in Korea?
No.
No.
You were a little bit.
Just a little bit. Doesn't take much.
Doesn't take much. But I was having so much fun with you being a little bit tipsy. Like, you made it fun for me.
Like, I feel like I just kept looking at you and you were like laughing at me.
You were being so funny. You just thought everything was funny and you wouldn't stop dancing, and I just loved it.
Oh, because I was thinking,
I was thinking.
how many times were we drunk together? But Byron was...
That was like next level.
Like,
I never want to be
worse.
that. Yeah, I never want to be that drunk ever again.
Like, it was the funnest night of my life, but the repercussions afterwards, like, as soon as we got home,
no, I have never felt so ill in my life.
Me neither.
And then had to drive 2 hours home.
Yeah.
And I have a fear of vomiting, so like that's not on the cards. Like,
Yeah.
not happening at all. Which would have made me feel better.
Yeah.
But I'm not willing.
No.
No.
Oh, what I wish I could have done. Because I just still remember, because we got home at what, like 1 or something?
No, I feel like it was even later than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
But I remember waking up and it was still dark, so I don't know what time it was. And I was like, I am spinning. Like, I opened my eyes and I was like, whoa. Like, I've been asleep and I've woken up and I'm still like this.
Yeah.
Went to the communal bathroom. The shared bathroom.
The hostel bathroom.
I was like, I hope no one's in here. And I sat over the toilet, literally like convulsing and like not trying to make myself, but like sitting over the toilet being like, I'm ready. Like,
I'm ready,
I'll
please
feel
get
so
out.
much better if this alcohol leaves my system. And I couldn't because I can't vomit. And then I just went back to bed and still feel sick. And then I woke up and I was like, oh, my stomach. And I just did not feel good until like, honestly, kind of 2 days later.
No, honestly. And we were like at breakfast the next morning, and like I couldn't like move quickly. Like any sudden movements, I was like, "Ooh." like
Even like looking at something, I'd be like,
no, like I think if I like tripped and fell over, like I would have vomited. Like, it was so close and I was terrified.
Yeah.
Like, I was eating so slowly.
Yeah.
And like swallowing so slowly because I was so scared.
and that is what makes me never, ever, 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 ever want to drink that much in my life again.
Yeah. The whole issue of the night was we didn't know how much we were drinking.
Exactly, because it was our drinks just kept getting filled up.
Every time I looked at my cup, it was full.
Exactly, so you were just chatting and la 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 la, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
Like, best night of my life and then like worst morning of my life.
Yes.
Was the next day.
It baffles me how some people can do that every weekend.
Oh, me too.
Like, my hat goes off to you.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know how you do it.
My issue also is I have to drink so much to like feel anything. And like, I just don't think my body could take it.
Yeah.
Wow. This is 25. This is your mid-20s. Welcome. It's really fun over here.
I do really feel like I, from the ages of 23 to 24, grew so much. Like, it's almost like I did the same amount of growing in like the last 5 years before 23 to then 23, 24 kind of thing. And even in the
Yeah.
past few months, I feel like I've done a lot too. I feel like you just have like times where you like are realizing a lot, growing a lot, learning things about yourself, becoming more self-aware, and then you like stop for a bit
Yeah.
and you like are able to reflect. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Is that going to continue for like our whole life?
Like, we can be like 50 years old being like, wow.
Or is this just like a 20s thing?
I think it changes like whatever season you're in. Like,
Yeah.
whenever you're doing things for the first time, maybe.
Yeah, because life is, you're kind of always doing that.
Yeah. Isn't it just crazy you're always experiencing life for the first time? Like,
Yeah.
it's weird to think that, we've probably talked about this before on here, but like your parents are experiencing life for the first time.
Yeah.
Your grandparents are experiencing life every single day.
Oh, that really like hits so hard.
Right? Your teachers that you had in school, it's the first ever time that they've experienced this day, this class. Like,
Yeah, very true.
crazy. Anyway.
Yeah. Because you like put such like high expectations on like people who are older than you, almost like they've been here before and they should know what
Yes.
you're doing.
Because I think they
But
do
no one
know so
does.
much more often.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you know everything. And like, but it's like, oh, like they're having to navigate life just the same way you are. Just
Yeah.
they've been here for longer.
Which doesn't necessarily mean they always know better.
Very true. You're not wrong.
Anyway, we
Amen,
should-
sister.
We should stop rambling.
We should. We do have a hens to go to
I
tonight.
do. How
We need to get ready.
fun. I'm so happy to be back filming these.
Me too.
Also, we're like still working on getting them on Spotify, so like bear with us.
I mean, last episode we didn't even have the mics turned on. So we're getting there.
so like rookies just winging it.
Just swinging it.
Yeah. Word, G-Man. Okay, love you so much. Bye.
Bye.
My legs hurt.
I know.
Come on in. Oh, right. What the fuck am I wearing?